touchdown. Bobcats, Davis Ragland, pick six. Feldman, that one will get in. That's a good point right there. A shot coming here. That's a goal. Lifted to left center field. Gets off the warning track into the wall. Transition three. Boom. Knocks that one down. And it's a goal. What a beautiful play. Dutton, look what I found over to first. Gets a 3-on-1 all the way. Yes. There he goes. There we go. Cheer squad out here at Bobcat Live tonight. Brandon Lewis, joined by Adam Goodvin as we get you ready to go. Thanks for the cheer team joining us tonight. As Coach, I'm sure you rely on them sometimes to get your team fired up on a football Friday night, right?
Yep, absolutely. It's great for the atmosphere. It's awesome.
Yeah. And the past couple of weeks, really great atmosphere. A couple of really nice football Friday nights out there at Litter Cole Field. To see that field compared to a couple of years ago, and now the turf and all the improvements and new locker rooms I know you'll be able to enjoy here in another couple of weeks, that kind of thing. So just to see all those improvements and then the crowd and everything together, what's that like for you as a coach?
It's been awesome to see just the transformation of everything. As far as the field, I think back to that Cedar Rapids Washington game during COVID, and that was the Mud Bowl. I don't know,
6-0. I think. I remember that.
That was brutal. I think we only called 2 different plays, as that's all we could do. But no, just looking back at pictures and everything, and seeing that old complex compared to what it is now, we're extremely thankful for that. So
now, do you exclusively use the turf, or do you guys still go down to the other football practice facility?
Yeah, we're out there practicing on the turf every single day, except Tuesdays now that the junior high is playing games out there, and we go out behind the softball field and practice on the grass, which that's fine. We can handle that. So, but it's been awesome.
Was it 7th grade against Fort Dodge on Tuesday? Is that who that
yes.
was?
Yep.
Yeah, and then I know 8th grade was at Urbandale. On Tuesday night. So lower levels, I know you're also implementing the new offensive scheme. How do you feel like system-wide? I know you've been pretty happy with it at the varsity level, but, getting them kind of building up throughout the years, I'm sure is going to be pivotal too.
Yeah, it's brand new for our junior high programs, and our 8th grade game wasn't filmed or live streamed or anything like that. But I was able to watch the replay of our 7th grade game, and I saw a lot of good things, with it being new to them, and we saw the offensive line moving guys off the line of scrimmage, and I think the 7th graders even scored on a pitch too, so that was nice. They're starting to pick some things up on that, and
good.
We're excited to continue to work with them when they get to us.
Yeah. Being able to overhaul like this, I know we've talked a little bit like that, but did you ever have any questions in your mind about the change? I guess I never really asked you that, but kind of a no-look-back kind of situation about installing more of the Flexbone?
Yeah, I mean, there when we first decided on going with it, I think my first question was, okay, I think our varsity can handle this much. How much do we throw at the 9th grade? How much do we throw at the 8th and 7th graders? And we feel like we've got a pretty good progression, starting, with those 7th graders and implementing what we want out of them, and then, gradually throwing more at them as they work their way up. So being able to see that play out here over the next few years is going to be exciting.
One thing that I think, too, is like not everybody coming into 7th grade has the football experience. Maybe they didn't play MFL, multitude of different things that could happen. So for them, it's a whole new scheme. But for somebody who's played one way and then to make the change, it's probably better to have that change early on rather than late, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, there's a lot of 7th graders that come out for football that have never played before, and I think that's perfectly fine. But they don't have any bad habits to to work around. It's all brand new to them. So whatever we're teaching them is all they know. So that's a good thing. But I think overall it's going to be a good change, and I'm excited to see how it plays out.
Yeah, well, your team has really played a physical style of football last week, really dominated the first half. Second half didn't quite go your way against Cedar Rapids. Jefferson, 28-7 final score. But looking back in that first half, being able to control so much of that time of possession, taking a 7-6 lead into the break. I was actually rewatching part of it. It felt like there was maybe a few opportunities kind of still missed out there in that first half where you could have almost extended your lead just a little bit. Did you feel like going into half that you left a little bit out there, or were you pretty happy?
I think, we fumbled the ball, right? That was first half. Then we turned it over in their territory. I mean, driving in to score. Yep. I mean, things like that can't happen. And it's the same message that we talked about. You got to execute when the moment's there and make plays. And, we'll get there. There's no doubt about that. But it's just got to, like we told the kids today, you got to focus on execution, each and every single play versus the result, and then do it over again, each and every single play, and those results will take care of themselves.
When you get ready to go on the road, you've been at home the first 2 weeks. It's the first week. You were just mentioning to me about how, you're kind of thrown out of your regular schedule of just being at home. So being able to kind of get that road game in now, what do you do you lay out an expectation for your team as far as this is how we're going to handle ourselves when we go on the road and staff-wise, that kind of thing too?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a good thing. It's something, we've been at home the last 2 weeks. I think this is going to be a good change in the routine. And, we're going to give them scout reports to read on the bus trip over. And, we told them put the headphones in and mentally lock in and visualize what you need to do to go out and win a football game. So, we're excited. And then that on top of just making sure that we've got all of our equipment loaded up and all that. And I'm sure we'll be on the road and thinking we're forgetting something. But,
yeah. That's something I go through too, because when you're going 2 hours and 15 minutes away, like you're thinking, okay, do I have everything? Because we are not turning around.
Yes. That's the last thing we want to worry about. We want to worry about executing and winning a football game, but I'm sure we'll be all right. We'll make it work.
Yeah. We went over to Ames and we found out we didn't have enough room, so we actually had to go buy a table before our game a couple years ago. It was a little TV tray. I just used it for the first time since 3 years ago, I think. Since that time, but you never know when you kind of run into those kind of things. So, it is important to kind of focus on that. Do you look back in your playing career as when there was times when you traveled when maybe that had an impact?
Oh yeah, we've had kids forget helmets and cleats. That's huge. But the most recent, I think, a couple of years ago, we were playing at Valley and it was spit and rain on us a little bit. So we had, I think, Coach Cruz and bus driver went over to Walmart and bought us a bunch of towels. So I know one way or another we're going to make it work. But
yeah. Of course, you're going to take on Davenport North on Friday night, 6:30 pregame, 7:30 is kickoff right here on KFJB-TV. So, when you look at this Davenport North squad, they're a team, 4 wide receivers set almost every time. Last week against Davenport Assumption, it was a really good game, 28-19, back and forth. First time that Davenport North has beat Assumption in I don't know how long. I was trying to find on the record books. It's been a really long time. So that was a huge moment for their program. But early on in that game, right out of the gate, they pass it to the wide receiver. He slips a tackle, takes it almost 80 yards to the house for a touchdown. That is what this offense really is about, right? Is kind of extending the ball out to their wide receivers and their playmakers. Every now and then, Bogan, their running back, will get a handoff just because of spreading everybody out. But that's kind of what you're preparing for, right? Is that
Yeah,
number one team.
Yeah, number 1 and then number 23. They're their fastest kids, and number 1 on his 2 touchdown runs, it was a great play by him. He's a phenomenal athlete, but you watch it on film and it was just poor pursuit by the defense. So that's something that we've got to be prepared for going into each and every single play, and you can't fall asleep or things like that are going to happen.
Davenport Assumption, they bring back their quarterback from a year ago. There's a lot of names on that list that I recall from last year's game. What kind of impact do you think that has kind of going in, knowing they're more of a senior-led team and have a little bit of experience?
Yeah, they're a veteran team. I think I looked at their starting offense, and all but 2 of them are are seniors. So they played a lot of football together, and they're off to a good start this year. But I think we see a lot of things that we can do well against that on film, and hopefully that happens. And like I told you earlier, our main focus is on making sure that our guys are getting better every single day. And I think we had a great week of practice. So and I told the guys, the last 2 days, I got a good vibe about this week. I don't know what it is, but I hope it stays. So. We'll see. Your
defense, we saw more of a 3-4. I know you're going to go into this one a 3-4. How do you really feel that gives you the best plan to win a football game on the defensive side?
Yeah, we introduced that. It's something we've done in the past a little bit. We were able to sprinkle that in every once in a while, and I think it gives us a couple different advantages. Number one, it allows one of our O-line, D-line guys a breather. We've got a couple guys now that are available for us that it's going to even be better for the the break aspect of things. And then we're able to bring linebackers from all different angles too. And Coach Furch has done an outstanding job of game planning for this week, and he's got our guys coming and twisting and all that stuff. So hopefully it puts a lot of pressure on that quarterback, and he's able to we put him in a position to get rid of the ball fast and make some mistakes.
Johan Gomez will suit up for you on Friday night. He's such a prolific player as far as the defensive side, getting after the quarterback. He can be a field stretcher at tight end for you. Had a couple touchdown catches a year ago, but his ability to impact the game, is there any one aspect that you feel really helps make that defensive line even stronger than what we've seen first couple weeks?
Yeah, he's going to be a big piece to that D-line, especially in that three front. He's a very athletic kid. He's got some length to him, and he's physical. So having him at one end and Lincoln Barker on the other, I mean, we're pretty excited to see what what they can do on Friday night. And then, another thing that Gomez brings for us is his punting abilities.
Yeah.
That's going to be huge. We tried out a couple different guys, here early on in the season, and him in practice, we're like, man, we can't wait for him to get out there. And I mean, he can really flip a football field. I know last year in the JV game, he had over a 70-yard punt against Newton, his first time back. And, we're pretty excited about that.
Yeah. I was looking at the stats from last year. He averaged 30 yards a punt, but to me, I just remember so many much longer punts than that. And the field position game is so huge because last week we saw at times, especially in the second half, giving them a short field, they were able to take advantage of it. Week one, you guys used it against Mason City. You turned them over on a pump block, and you had a short field. You only had to go 20 yards. How important is that at any other level? I mean, it's always important at the NFL or college level, but I feel like at the high school level, field position is a real game changer.
It's huge. Last week's example, we got a punt blocked against us, and they get the ball back and score, and that's such a huge momentum shift. If we were able to get that punt off and force them to work and drive the ball down the field, that's completely different. Even if they score in both scenarios, they had to earn that. And the momentum is such a huge piece of the game too, and that we tell the kids all the time, you get a punt blocked, your chances of winning a game are not very high. So special teams is huge.
Yeah. So we'll see Johan Gomez out there at punter. What makes him have the ability to make those big plays? I look at last year against Atumwa. He had that punt block and, recover it, took it in for a touchdown. We've seen him get pressure. Is it just, his skills, or is it physicality? What do you think it is that wins out for him?
I think it's a lot of things. He plays with great leverage. He's got a good feel and good instincts for things, and on top of that, like you said, he's a very physical football player, and he's a smart kid too. He's just a football player. I feel like we could put him at any position, and he's going to find a way to be successful.
One guy that's really jumped off the page for me this year, who's taken a huge step forward, Kyle Smith. He had a touchdown reception for a touchdown last week, and he also had an interception. Back there in the secondary, he seems like he's playing real well. Like that's not a guy you really want to challenge a whole lot.
Yeah, we really challenged our DBs before last week's game, knowing that Cedar Rapids Jefferson had some weapons that they were going to try to get the ball to going deep, and he stepped up to it. He's a very big competitor, loves to compete and learn, and he's a smart kid. He's watching film all the time, and it paid off for him. So we're hopeful that he can take another step forward this week.
Final question for you on Davenport North. What does it kind of come down to tomorrow night to get the job offensively, to be able to put some points on there? Because, I mean, it's kind of about limiting their opportunities, but obviously you guys are going to have to score some too in that game.
Yeah, I think it's what I told you earlier is focus on the execution rather than the result. That's what we told the kids this afternoon, and just being more physical than them. I think high school teams that are more finesse in their schemes tend to be a little more not as physical as some other teams. So if we can come out and be more physical than they are, and execute into our jobs, I like our chances.
Xavier Anderson going to join us next. Injured week number 1 out for the year. Such a good athlete out there, linebacker or running back, but what's it mean to kind of lose him so early? I'm sure he was a big leader for you too.
Yeah, that's never fun, being in a situation like this. Fortunately, we haven't had too many. But losing him, not only hurt one side of the football, it hurt all 3 phases. He was our holder, was our bandit backer and a B back that was going to get a lot of carries. So, that's tough. But he's doing a great job of being a leader and supporting his buddies and his teammates. And we were joking around earlier. I think. He wants to interview next week to be a student assistant coach, so we'll see how that goes. We'll keep you updated.
Is he looking for credits there, or what?
I don't know yet. We'll get more into depth with that later on.
Well, good luck tomorrow night, Coach. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that is head coach Adam Goodvin. As tomorrow night, it is 7:30 kickoff time. Pregame show starts at 6:30. As Davenport North, the Wildcats host your Marshalltown Bobcats week number 3. Take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll talk to Xavier Anderson as Bobcat Live from Wayward Social continues right after this on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social. And that's just on the inside. Step outside and enjoy patio life at Gutter Point with drinks, shuffleboard, live music, and fun atmosphere. Follow Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to plan your next visit to the place for fun.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
What's your best round here?
68.
68. Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yep.
Yeah, give it up. Cheers, squad. Xavier Anderson now with us on Bobcat Live and Wayward Social. And I saw you in the student section last week kind of helping lead out there. I know it's probably killing you to not be out there on the football field, but what's it mean to you at least be out there on a Friday night or during practice and be able to help support or maybe even coach up your teammates?
Yeah, it means a lot. I love being out there and just hyping the guys up. I mean, getting them ready on the sidelines, Sam Griesel.
All right, so how you getting him hyped up then?
I just yell a lot.
Pads
No, joke around a lot too, get the nerves out of him. But yeah, I'm just, I'm trying to take away from the hype man and become a coach. Get on the coaching staff.
So first off, injured week number 1, your ankle. How you doing in your recovery process?
Recovery's going good. I mean, feeling a lot better after week 1. I mean, it hurt a lot, but right now it's going good. I can move it around a good amount, but it's just really weak right now.
Yeah. What's the support been like for you and in your recovery? Because I know that can be a difficult thing to go through.
I mean, the sport's been everything. Yeah, I mean, I had so many people come to my house, give me snacks, talk for a while. It was nice. I had a lot of people.
Yeah. Family, I'm sure, has been there, supportive for you, all that kind of stuff. How do you, I guess, approach every day when you think about it, making the recovery, getting back? Because I know you probably want to make sure you're fully good to go for wrestling season too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to, right now, just getting stronger every day, working on my upper body as much as I can until I can get this boot off and start working on my lower body. But, yeah, just keep getting stronger every day, keep moving it around, making sure I can be back for wrestling season.
Yeah, I was talking to your dad. He kind of mentioned that it was, obviously no injury is great, but the way the injury happened was actually kind of, I wouldn't say a good thing, but it was best case scenario.
Yeah, it was best case scenario. It was just a clean break, so like no ligaments or nothing, no surgery, so it's just like 6 weeks.
Yeah. Well, we wish you nothing but the best of luck in your recovery process. So, watching the guys out there week 1 and week 2, obviously not the wins that you guys had hoped for, but what have you really liked what you've seen out of the defense specifically?
I mean, we've came out strong every time. I feel like we've done good. I mean, Mason City game was like the best game. We came out strong during that, and then especially Jefferson too. We just let the game get away from us at the end, but it was really good.
Yeah. What do you think has led to the flip in? Because this team this year, the physicality has really jumped off the page, and just going out there, the line of scrimmage has been more of a battle between two teams. It's not where any one team is getting kind of owned at the line of scrimmage, especially Bobcats having the advantage on that. So what do you think that kind of comes down to?
I mean, we like to hit. I mean, we worked on that a lot. Yeah, we just got a lot of guys who like to hit, especially the linebacker crew. They love to hit a lot.
Yeah. What's that feeling like? I know week 1 you were able to get your guys going and lead them out on the field. What was that feeling like for you to be able to do that?
It was great. It was real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially starting off the game on defense. I mean, we stopped them right away, made them punt right away, and then blocked it. So that was really good, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of the biggest challenges for teams facing the Bobcat offense now with this new philosophy?
I mean, our O-line's great. I mean, O-line's amazing. D-line's good. Linebacker, we got a good second string too. So I mean, we just have all around good football players.
You mentioned the offensive line. One guy that's just impressed me. I mean, he's a big man, Jackson Hinkle. Last year I know he played, but in your eyes, how far of a step forward has he taken there at that left guard position?
I mean, big step, especially in the weight room. Like, just got super strong, and he started watching film, doing better things, and but it's most especially the weight room.
Yeah.
He got real strong.
Yeah. Tomorrow night, Davenport North. I know you faced him last year in this game. What do you think it's going to take for the Bobcats to come out on top?
Just stop the pass, stop the QB, and then we'd be good.
Yeah. I know you're football, wrestling. What other activities, academics, all that kind of stuff are you involved with?
Just football and wrestling.
Okay.
Wrestling year round, so yeah.
I know.
It takes up a lot of my time.
Yeah, I bet it does. How do you do you feel like you'll be ready to go in December for wrestling, or that'll be
for sure?
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Like shooting for like end of October.
Yeah. One thing, the recovery process, like I know you're around with Jackson Bowie, had his leg injury a couple years ago, and he talked so much about just the recovery process and working with the trainers and stuff like that, getting back. And we were surprised, he got back for a basketball season, was able to play and practice and all that kind of stuff. So you feel like this is a good place for the recovery for athletes, whether getting taped up on a Friday night or the injury aspect.
Oh, yeah. I feel like we just have the best trainer in the state of Iowa. Avery's, he's a great guy, and Jackson Bowie's been one guy he's reached out a lot to me and just told me about how it feels and what I need to do, what recovery I need to do. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, we wish you nothing but the best of luck. Give it up, Xavier Anderson, senior for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on tonight, and thanks
Coach,
for family.
Coach for the Marshalltown Bobcats.
And your family out here too. Do you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Shout out Sam Griesel, and shout out John Port.
Hey, we will come back. We'll talk volleyball as this is Bobcat Live from Wayward Social in Marshalltown on KFJB-TV.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown, and they are proud to support Marshalltown Bobcat Athletics. If you want to kick off football season in a new recliner, pass the bread at a beautiful new dining set, or lay up on a luxurious sectional sofa, McGregor's is the right play. Score the mattress of your dreams with an assist from their friendly and knowledgeable staff. You'll be the household MVP when you bring home the winning selections at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown. Open 7 days a week.
Nobody's clapping. Come on, let's clap. Let's go.
1, 2, let's go.
There we go. Yeah, give it up. Cheer squad out here tonight at Bobcat Live. Awesome stuff there as be in action tomorrow. We'll talk to Val Corson a little bit later in the program, but now time to switch gears, talk a little volleyball. Of course, the Ames Little Cyclones were in town on Tuesday night. 3-1 the final in that one. Very, very tough challenge in that one. First couple of sets were really back and forth. First was really good. Second, I thought you were going to, just use that to propel you through the rest as you won that second set. But they came out final third and fourth set and were able to come out on top. But good challenge early season, right? I mean, what did you kind of learn from that one?
We learned a lot from that for sure. And kudos to them. Like, they were everywhere. They were really scrappy. Their outside hitter, number 6, Greenwood, she's amazing. And yeah, I think that we were definitely prepared. And I think they definitely maybe gave us more than we expected, though, too. So yeah, I mean, it's great. Like, we need those challenges. We use those as ways then to reflect on, okay, so now what? How do we move on to the next and get better? So we spent a lot of time yesterday looking at that film and just really doing a lot of reflection. We did team reflection. They did some individual reflections, and we've had some really, really great conversations over the last 2 days too about learning from this, but then set it aside because we're moving on. We're not going to, dwell on the loss. Obviously, we would have liked it to go the other way, but it's now how we respond, right? So what do we do with what we learned and take that into the next match? As
a coach, did you offer a reflection for yourself or anything of that nature?
Of course, always.
Okay. All right.
They know I am a super reflective person. Usually it's the next day. I'm like, okay, guys, I thought a lot about this last night. And,
did you get any sleep Tuesday night?
Not really. No, but yeah, I mean, I throw my 2 cents in. And a lot of times, I say, what could I have done differently, or are there things that you need from me? And what I love about this whole team is we're not afraid to talk about those things. I'll have some of them might say, Jen, I really need you to help me think about what spots might be open for me when I'm up there. Okay, great. I got you. So, and our whole coaching staff is like that too. So yeah, we still maintain that we are a very tight-knit, close community of a team, and that's how we will continue to go forward.
And probably better to learn some of those things early than late in the season, right?
Definitely.
Obviously.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, this is how you learn and get better, right? You have to have those challenges, and you have to have those opportunities to say, okay, that didn't quite go the way we wanted it to, but what can we learn from it and take from it and do differently next time? So yeah, I have no doubt that we will respond very well, and more challenges to come, right? Bring them on. We're ready.
I felt like I was looking back at some of the stats from Tuesday night as well. I was really surprised. They had 10 aces to 5 for Marshalltown, and I remember, and then I was thinking like late in that one is when they really capitalized. So is that you obviously in football, you can kind of look at the clock and okay, fourth quarter, we got 2 minutes to go. Volleyball, you may not know, especially if you're in the third, you're trying to force, going all five, that kind of thing. But the way that they were able to close out the third and the fourth, was that kind of a helpful thing to see too? I felt like those kind of came late in the match.
Yeah, something that we talked about that came up in our kind of team reflection yesterday is we were tight with them every set until about point 15 or 16. And then that's when they kind of turned it on, and we kind of maybe started to play a little bit safer, maybe playing more not to lose instead of playing to win. And so obviously those are things we talked about, and things that we will adjust, as we move forward. So
yeah, you always you see at all levels, a timeout gets called, and then the team, may not do anything with that timeout. But I felt like Ames, when they called timeouts, that's when they either made their comeback better. So is that something you utilize as well on your side too? Because I've seen that so far this year too, where it's a timeout and then immediately, 3-4 point run or whatever it may be. So what kind of leads up to that to be able to get that timeout and kind of reverse the way the match may be going or that set?
Yeah. So when I call timeouts, I don't like to disrupt the flow of the game sometimes, but when I call a timeout, it's really, I think the last couple of sets especially, it was, let's just take a deep breath. We don't want to panic. I don't ever want them to panic. And we need to just support each other and talk about, okay, what do we need to do when we go back out there? And, this is probably just true for volleyball, but sometimes when we call a timeout, we're also trying to make the server think a little bit harder about getting that serve in or where they're going to serve it to the other side. And if they miss, then we call that the coach's point. We did that a couple of times in a JV tournament. I'm like, oh, that's my point. So yeah, obviously you want to just regroup and give them a second to reset and respond. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but we can't dwell on it. We have to just learn from it and move forward.
Yeah, in football they do that to ice the kicker, so they miss the field goal. So
ice the server if you can.
I like that. It's good strategy. This weekend you're going to be busy. You're at the Southeast Polk Metro Classic. I saw there's a ton of teams.
Oh yeah,
there.
Yep. It's a big tournament. Yep. It'll be good. It'll be a really good challenge. We're gonna see a lot of talented teams, and one of the things I told the girls too, and some of my reflecting is I never go into a match thinking that we're not going to win. Doesn't matter. We're going to see, what did I tell you guys? Number 1, Ankeny Centennial is in our pool. Pella, who's also ranked, is in our pool. I was going to say, I knew
that was one. You have your first 2 matches of the day figured out, right?
Yep. And then Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln, who's also a really good team, really good squad. There's a lot of good teams there. Waukee is there. I'm blanking out on some of the other ones. But yeah, this is good for us, though, because, again, we're early in the season, and these are the additional challenges we need if we are thinking that we want to, propel ourselves further and further into the season. And so we're walking into that gym, heads held high, again, ready to surprise people. I am always wanting to go in saying, you think you might know who we are, but I don't think that you do. Let's show them what we have. So I'm excited. I know we are going to have a really good focused practice tomorrow night and get on an early bus and show them what we got.
Of course, on Tuesday night against Ames, I really loved the crowd. It was a great crowd, a really good student section as well, too. So that was fun to see. Great environment. Your next home match will be on Tuesday night against Waterloo East. So looking for another great outing by the fans. So do you feel like that really helped you, especially early on, having that crowd on your side?
Yeah, it was fun. We were ready for a home match. I think I said that before too.
Yeah.
And I think we brought a lot of energy. We talked a little bit too tonight. I can't remember which, maybe it was a couple of them I was talking to that said, our energy level first set especially was awesome all around. And I said this to the whole team too, but I gave a lot of credit to our bench as well. I don't know if you could see that from where you were from, but they were cheering, and they have a little thing they do when we're getting ready to serve, and we had a kill, and they had some cheers that they were doing, and so they were all in, and the energy level was really, really great.
Yeah. One thing I noticed too, they never sit down.
Nope. Never sit down.
Never sit down.
If they're not in the game, they're still in the game. So,
of course, mentioned Waterloo East going to be on Tuesday, but you're starting a big stretch run of a lot of matches. You've got, like the Metro Classic this weekend. So how do you kind of manage that going forward as far as, the minutes or the sets that some of the ladies are out there for?
Yeah, it'll be a lot. It's, obviously one at a time. We had a little bit of like I said, a couple nights of reflection. We did some skill work tonight while we were also doing some individual reflecting, I think, which was really good. I think it was, let's just take a deep breath, go back to basics just a little bit and regain some of that confidence that maybe we didn't walk out of the gym with. And I think we had a really great session tonight. And, again, going into tomorrow's practice, just being hyper focused on one match at a time over the weekend. And that's really what we take it as. We don't want to look too far ahead and we don't want to dwell on anything behind. We're just going to focus on the moment.
Last question for you. Lainey Danielson is coming up next. What impact has she really made on your program this year?
A huge impact. I actually told her tonight, she's a threat. If I'm the other team, I would also be scouting her because I think we have yet to see the best of Lainey Danielson. I have seen a lot from her. She had a kill this summer when we were scrimmaging that literally rocked the roundhouse. And it's coming, and everyone will see exactly what we know she can do. So,
all right, gonna drop the hammer on somebody.
100%. You'll hear that cheer a lot when she's up there, I have a feeling.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. We'll talk to you Tuesday. Good luck this weekend.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. That is Jen O'Neill, head coach for Marshalltown Bobcat Volleyball. Like I mentioned, we'll talk to Lainey Danielson coming up next. And, of course, be sure to check out weekly specials. Tonight, the special $2 off the Build-A-Burger out here at Wayward Social. We're on the Gutter Point Patio with Bobcat Live on KFJB-TV.
Life can take unexpected turns. Maybe you started college, but life got in the way. At Marshalltown Community College, we understand. It's never too late to chase your dreams. Come back to where your journey began. Rediscover your passion for learning and let us help you achieve your goals. Schedule a visit today at MarshalltownCommunityCollege.com.
Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to marshalltown.org.
Yeah, give it up. Cheer squad out here tonight at Bobcat Live. Thanks so much for coming out. Appreciate it. And what a beautiful night, by the way. Lainey Danielson now on with us, volleyball. Yeah, give it up. Lainey Danielson. Where's Briley? Because I feel like she needs to be out here to help you through.
She's at softball practice.
Softball. I knew she was committed to softball. Big time.
Yep.
She, breathes it. I mean, eat, sleep, drink, all that kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
You like softball, but not quite that.
Not
Is that much. How you feel about volleyball?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know you're not big into track.
Nope.
Are you going out?
No.
No? Wow, one and done. What's up with that?
I don't like running.
Well, you have to run around on the volleyball court, but it's not like running for fun 2 miles. So I get where you're going there. I never like to run for fun either. I'm sure you can tell. But I know. I'm roasting myself up here. My wife was a runner. She ran cross country. I don't know how they can do it, but I know they're doing cross country tonight. So I know you're a little bit nervous, so I thought maybe we could have some questions from the volleyball team. No. Anyway, on Tuesday night, Ames was your opponent. What was your kind of takeaway? Coach said you kind of reflected on that match and how you improved kind of going forward. So what'd you kind of take away?
I feel like we communicated well in the beginning, and then it kind of just died out at the end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when things kind of go down, that's kind of, some of those fundamental things you kind of lose a little bit, right? So, battling back, you're going to, you've had a couple days of practice. You're going to go on the road now at Southeast Polk this weekend. So kind of what's your focus to make sure that you do get back on track?
Just make sure we have good practice, work on what we're supposed to work on what we're supposed to work on.
It's your senior season. So, and I've heard Coach Bauer say that, last year you took a step forward, and Jen is obviously saying you take a step forward. So what have you kind of done on your side of things to be able to kind of take a step forward? Has it been strength and conditioning, or what's it been? We
did start lifting. The seniors, we've started to have meetings by ourselves and talk about what needs to be done. Yeah. What's it mean to have the volleyball crew out here kind of supporting each week? It's fun to see all of you out here and kind of, be able to kind of lean on each other and support each other. What's that mean, I guess? It's good. I like that they're here watching because I'm nervous. As far as other activities that you're involved with, softball, volleyball, what else are you doing throughout the school year? I'm in National Honor Society. Okay. That's all I do. That's all? That's it? All right. And keep Briley in line, or? Trying. What's it like to be able to play out there with your sister like that, like on the softball field, that kind of thing? It's good. Even though she's younger, I look up to her. Oh, wow. She is kind of a leader. I will give her credit. I mean, she's, especially out there in the circle on the softball diamond, she's very impressive. So who's kind of impressed you, though, on the volleyball floor this year so far? Everybody. That's a cop-out. But it's been fun to watch the ladies so far. As far as like the conference goes, you've got Waterloo East on Tuesday night. Do you think that'll be another good test for early kind of season as far as where you kind of stand? Yeah. Yeah. What impresses you about them? Have you seen Waterloo East yet or not yet? Okay. Not this year, no. One game at a time. Yeah. One match at a time. That too. All right. What else? Anything? No? I mean, I tried to make it very painless for you here tonight. Yeah, every time you come on Bobcat Live, though, it never seems like you get a little bit more comfortable, I guess you could say. Because you were like this with softball, too. Yeah, I was nervous. It doesn't make it any better than I'm up here by myself. Well, and it doesn't make it any better than I'm pointing it out either. Hey, give it up, Lady Danielson. Good luck rest of the season. Thank you. All right. That is Lady Danielson with us here on Bobcat Live. We will take a timeout. We'll talk to Joe Griesel when we come back. This is your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
At Greg Young Automotive, we go the extra mile for our customers across Iowa. Why do customers choose us and keep coming back? Because our commitment to exceptional service and satisfaction never wavers. With our extensive network of dealerships throughout Iowa, we leverage unbeatable pricing and offer a better inventory selection than other dealerships. Visit any of our 6 locations across the state and experience the Greg Young difference, where we'll go the extra mile for you.
Some drivers trade cars every year or every other year. Some drive their cars till they drop. Whatever kind of driver you are, Lennox Employees Credit Union is here to get you into the car for your style of driving. You're invited to go to our website, lennoxecu.com, for membership eligibility and loan rates, or call the office to talk to a loan officer. The loan process is quick and easy. Low auto loan rates from Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA.
What's your best round here?
68.
68. Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Here we go, Bobcats, here we go. Here we go, Bobcats, here we go. Last time, here we go, Bobcats, here we go. 1, 2, let's go, Bobcats.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know if we'd have enough room to pull off all that, but that's awesome. Welcome back into Bobcat Live here on KFJB-TV. We are at Wayward Social on the Gutter Point Patio. Joe Griesel joining us now. How are you, Joe?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm going to have you move that mic a little bit closer to your mouth. I got your brother's out here, Sam. No pressure, right?
No.
He was on last week. He did good. What did you watch and you're grading him? Did he do all right?
I don't know. I didn't watch.
All right, so you're another golfer in the Griesel family, and your brother Grant. He's obviously had a lot of success at the next level. So being able to watch an older brother like that have success, how much do you think that kind of influenced you and your golf game and what you kind of aspire to be out there on the golf course?
Yeah, it means a lot. I'm just trying to be better than him.
Trying to be better, all right. So what's it going to take to be better than Grant?
Not that much.
I'm gonna cut this up and send it to Grant, see what he has to say. All right, so early on here, you guys have been off for a little while. Your last meet was on the 4th of September, last Wednesday. You guys were down in Ankeny, and team-wise, got 9th place. Overall, though, you shot a 75, got 24th place. What'd you make of your round there last week?
Yeah, I was 3 over through 2. Made a couple birdies and kind of fell apart at the end.
Yeah. What do you think? Long day, tough competition, that kind of thing. Does it all kind of come into play in that scenario?
Yeah.
Yeah. We were able to get out on the golf course, and you just saw the promo coming back here. We're going to unveil our golf along with the boys team coming up on September 25th. So looking forward to doing that. But when I was out there, and I talked a little bit with some of the other guys on the golf team, Adam Boone was on before, and we just kind of were talking about the competitions that you do. You were doing, when we were out there that day shooting, you were doing the 100-yard out competition, that kind of thing. How much competition is there at practice with guys really trying to go at it with one another out there?
Every day.
Yeah. What do you think your strong suit is?
I don't know. Putting.
Putting? Okay.
Sometimes.
All right. So we were out at Elmwood, beautiful course. What's your favorite course to play here in the state of Iowa? Is it Elmwood or is it another location?
Probably Wandering Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. That's a challenging one. It's got small greens out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to hit those. So this year the golf program going to be back in action next week, as you guys will be at Ames. That'll be the tough one. Who are you kind of targeting in that one, knowing that you're going to have to play well against?
Yeah, I don't know. Tough course.
Is it okay? What makes it tough?
It's just kind of weird.
Kind of weird?
Yeah.
How so?
Hilly. Weird holes, like blind holes.
Okay.
I don't like it.
So like dog legs that you can't really kind of see the green. So what when you're going out maybe practicing or you're in the middle of a meet, what's kind of your mindset when you do come along to some of those tough situations?
Just make a lot of birdies.
How do you make a lot of birdies?
Get in the hole.
All right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. What do you think when you look at the rest of the season is going to be the thing is as a team coming together, being able to do well, conference, and then as you move on to districts, that kind of thing?
Just keeping everything together. Got to have 4 good scores.
Yeah. Yeah. What when you get a really good score out of your 5th golfer, what's kind of your thought on that? Kind of getting maybe aspiring other golfers to their game, kind of that challenging thing, where you kind of rise to the occasion.
Yeah, it helps because it takes a lot of pressure off the 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm. Kind of getting those good solid scores. What's your best round so far this year?
I don't know.
Okay.
75, I think.
That's 75? Okay. All right. Good deal. What'd you work on in practice today?
We didn't have practice.
No practice today?
No.
Okay, off day. All right.
Yeah.
Coach Johnson taking it easy on you?
Mm-hmm.
Good deal. Well, best of luck rest of the season. Thanks so much for coming on tonight, Bobcat Live. Appreciate it. All right, give it up. Joe Griesel with us here on Bobcat Live. Coming up, we are going to talk to Val Corson and the cheer squad as we are at Bobcat Live, Wayward Social on KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Are the mighty Bobcat team. We're gonna rock our way to a victory. Hit it. 1, 2. Let's go, Bobcat!
Yeah, give it up for the Marshalltown cheer team as Bobcats in action tomorrow night for football. Pre-game show starts at 6:30 and kickoff is at 7:30. And Val Corson now joining us on Bobcat Live. How are you? It's been a little while. I mean, I saw you last Friday night, but we didn't really have it. You were busy.
Yeah.
So we didn't really catch up or anything like
I
that.
think it was a really quick, like, hi.
Hi. I'll see you next Thursday.
Right.
So how's everything been going? When do you get started with? Do you do tryouts leading into the year?
We had tryouts at the end of last year.
Okay.
We have been on full, like all summer, they have been doing fundraising opportunities. They worked the fair. They worked another thing at the fair. And I feel like we've been getting together all summer long. So
you haven't had a whole lot of time to miss them.
No, have not. No, not a lot of downtime for any of them. So,
what's the commitment level like? I mean, are some of the cheer squad in the fall along with the winter, and then obviously you mentioned the off-season stuff.
You know, you would think we would have had the break over the summer, but we don't. And then once school starts, fall starts, they've been going hard since beginning of August. Actually, before we started practicing late July. Everyday practices during the week, and it's just rebuilding. Every season we have all of our cheers we have to learn again. We start our stunting from the ground up again, working with the basics and just kind of building and growing. So they've been working every day after school, working hard. It is a big commitment because not only are they practicing and then they have game nights, we are doing appearances, we are fundraising opportunities. We have 2 elementaries that we're doing appearances for coming up soon. They're preparing now. Homecoming's in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And we do have...
And you'll be in the parade in that.
We're going to be in the parade, and then we have Oktoberfest parade.
Yeah.
Every weekend, they're at MFL. They're doing concession stand.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So even, this Friday, they're going to get home late from the game, and they're going to turn around in the morning and go work concessions.
Yeah.
And, so, the commitment's there.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's no different than any other sport. You know what I mean? I mean, it's and that's kind of the cool thing because I'm sure everybody here has built some sort of relationship with somebody. It's like the word I'm looking for, long life last. Help me out here. Come on, Val.
Lifelong lasting relationship.
Thank you. That's what good job. That's what I was looking for, but I couldn't quite put it all together. But that kind of thing. I mean, no different than any other.
Oh yeah, they have their bonds and they have their tiffs and their bonds. I mean, they act more like sisters sometimes than they do, siblings more so than they do teammates sometimes. But all in all, they're a really good squad. Yeah.
I saw him giving you some grief out there in the crowd. All right, so I got. Can you name everybody here? I can. Know okay, let's do it.
You want? Okay, do you? Yeah. So we're gonna start with Landon, Zanira, Ashlyn, Rory, Tori, Nick, Taylor. Over here we have Aaliyah and Felicity and Lexi. and you're going to have to help me see you, ladies. So then I have Namade and Nigel and Natalie and then Phoebe and Caitlin and then Niema. Is that everybody?
That's awesome.
I don't miss anybody. They're all tucked in corners. So.
By the way, that's the first Phoebe I've met since my daughter was born back in January.
I bet she doesn't spell it the same.
No. How does she spell it?
F-I-B-Y.
Oh, yeah. Well,
that's her abbreviated.
My Phoebe is also not the same Phoebe. She's got 2 E's at the end of her name.
Okay.
So we're going.
They try to kill me with the way they spell their names, but that's why I make them get bows, and then they put their names on their bows, and then it's easy.
Then it's a lot easier.
It's like personal name tags.
Yeah. So not only involved in all of that, but I know you have a cheer camp coming up in a couple of weeks as well, so I'm sure they're involved with that too.
They are. So we sent out, so everybody should be getting flyers and emails sent home about signing up for our Youth Bobcat Cheer Clinic. It's going to be against the Ottumwa game during halftime. But we're going to have a cheer clinic from 4 to 6 after school. They're going to teach them some cheers, a dance, and then they're going to perform with us at halftime of the varsity game.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we're excited. We had over 120.
Yeah, there was a
people
ton of girls there last year. I remember
yeah.
we showed at halftime some of the coverage, and I'm just like, if that doesn't put a smile on your face, I don't know what will. It is so fun to see some of the young girls getting involved and being able to get excited about being a Bobcat.
Yeah, we still run into little girls out in public, and they're just like, I mean, they get so excited. Yeah,
that is really fun. So, all right. Long trip tomorrow, a little over 2 hours. What's the travel like for the cheer squad?
It is like we devoted most of our practice today talking about the bus rules and what they can take, what they can't take. I forgot to tell them they can't spray perfume on the bus.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was one of the rules I forgot. Oh, no, sorry. But it's just blankets, but we are there. Like today, we were covering what are they going to do for meals because they're leaving at 1 o'clock, and we know we're not going to get home till probably 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's making sure that they're fed, making sure that they have what they need. I tell them to be over prepared rather than under prepared.
Yeah.
But that comes with clothing too. So not only do they have uniforms, but they need their warm ups, they need their sweatshirts. They just bring it all.
Yeah.
So that we have it all.
Yeah.
So.
You never know when it gets cold.
You never know.
Rain or
and then it's like no pajamas in the stands and leave your blankets on the bus, sort of thing. So, and it's just gearing them up that it is a very long bus ride, probably the longest that we'll have. So
Sioux City a couple of years ago, I think, was probably just about as long. But we didn't go. Gets to be. Oh, you didn't go to that one?
I don't remember going to that one.
Okay, I think that one is 3 hours to Sioux City at least, probably. So
yeah.
I don't blame you for not going to that one.
Yeah.
And then not only, the varsity squad, but you've got the JV squad to worry about, that kind of stuff too.
Mm-hmm. I have, right now we're currently at 24 varsity girls, or varsity athletes, and then I have 3 captains on varsity this year, so 3 senior captains, and then we have 10 on JV, and I have 1 senior captain for my JV squad as well, so about 34 total.
Awesome.
Myself and 1 assistant coach, so
yeah. There's a lot of people to worry about or think about.
It's a lot sometimes, especially when you're all out there, and don't forget we're working with teenagers and
a lot of different cheers to remember. How many do you have on a given night?
Well, I will tell you it's 4 pages long.
Okay.
And we have finally, middle of September, and I think we're finally 95% through our list of memorizing cheers.
Awesome.
And we're just diving in because they can't learn to stunt until we get done with our cheers. So we're starting to transition over into putting some stunting in. And we're also gearing up for, we had one cheerleader, Nick, who was an all-star last year. This year we're really going to get more involved with our state level. So we're going to have some honor squad nominees and all state nominee. And we're really, I don't know. I'm thinking about whether or not we're going to do a state competition. So that's
awesome.
to come. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good luck if you do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it. So Val Corson on with us here tonight. Thanks so much for coming out. We really appreciate it. Big round of applause to the cheer squad. We love it when able to come out here and kind of show off everything we're doing. So we're going to take one final timeout, and when we come back, Cheer Squad will close out Bobcat Live. This is Bobcat Live on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social. And that's just on the inside. Step outside and enjoy patio life at Gutter Point with drinks, shuffleboard, live music, and fun atmosphere. Follow Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to plan your next visit to the place for fun.
Sportsmanship starts with us.
As a student athlete, I need to model good behavior and represent my school appropriately.
That means respecting my teammates, coaches, opponents, the officials, and fans.
If I do that, so will others, and being a good sport becomes a way of life.
To all of Iowa's student athletes getting ready to compete, remember, sportsmanship starts with us.
Miller Middle School turns 100 next year. It has served generations of Marshalltown students well. Education has changed dramatically since Miller opened in 1925. Miller faces a long list of challenges, including limited technology capabilities, lack of space for learning, gathering, and new programming to prepare our students for the next step in their journey. Voters will consider a referendum in November to reimagine Miller for future generations. To learn more, go to marshalltowncsdfuture.com.
Bobcat Rumble, ready? Everybody do the Bobcat Rumble. Everybody do the Bobcat Rumble. Stop, what, drop, what, and rumble. Everybody do the Bobcat Rumble. Everybody do the Bobcat Rumble. Stop, what, drop, what, and rumble. Everybody do the Bobcat Rumble. Everybody do the Bobcat Rumble. Stop, what, drop, what, and rumble.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Give it up for the Cheer Squad out here. Thanks again so much for joining us tonight on Bobcat Live. Tomorrow night, 6:30 is pregame coverage start at Davenport. Yeah, that's right. Going over 2 hours to have week number 3 as the Bobcats face off against the Wildcats. And hope to have you along tomorrow night. Kickoff at 7:30. And, of course, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and don't miss any of the upcoming games by making sure that those notifications are turned on. I'm Brandon Lewis for our producer, David Braga. Tonight, you've been watching Bobcat Live right here on Your Home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.